Okay, fellas. So I got a few women right here who are saying why women shouldn't get married. They're saying women after they leave a marriage, they glow up and all those sort of things. So let's get into the details and see what they're talking about.
There is an epidemic of women who are unhappily married that cannot leave their husbands and their marriages for various reasons, whether that is because they are financially stuck in them, meaning they have left their jobs years ago to stay home and raise their children, and it's almost impossible to get back into the workforce and making enough money to buy a place to live with your children and a safe space for them and make enough money to feed them, clothe them, house them. So they can't leave.
So you do need a man. Okay. But if you could get a job back then, why can't you get a job now? And ain't nobody holding a gun to your head. Husband ain't holding you hostage, locked up somewhere in a basement. This is 2025, man. You can leave. You can get a divorce. Let the man pay child support or whatever. Go move back with your parents. Or like downgrade if you don't have parents, you know? 1-bedroom apartment. Make it work if you have 2 kids. Don't give me bullshit like this saying, oh, you know, they can't leave. They're stuck. No, when husband leaves to go to work, get on computer, start applying for jobs. And as soon you get a job and a job interview and you get the job, let the husband know, hey, listen, I'm moving out. All right? I can't stand your ass. The only reason I was still tolerating all this because I couldn't afford to live on my own, but I just got a job and I'm moving into a 1-bedroom apartment. That's all I can afford.
Or it's not safe for them to leave. Or any number of reasons, but I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that this is an epidemic. I have spent the last 5 years talking to women on this app and the other about ways that they can find happiness, find purpose, find meaning, and take back control in their own marriages that they simply cannot get out of.
Women can never find happiness. I feel like, you know, if they don't have a husband, then they bitch and complain, man ain't shit. If they do have a husband, oh, he ain't shit. I'm not happy. Oh, he's not doing this. Oh, he's not like that. One of the species on this planet, which is, you know what I'm saying, cannot be satisfied no matter what you guys do, man. So fellas, are you listening to this shit? If you're watching my video, just put that in your head. You can never satisfy a woman. You satisfy her for maybe 2-3 days. After that, she'll fucking complain and bitch about some other thing that most likely be out of your reach. And even if you go work your ass off to make that shit happen, you still gonna have to deal with something else after that. It just never ends. Just keep, what's next? Just letting you know, man. A whole lot of experience.
And it is an astounding, jaw-dropping number of women. Let me tell you, I would say most women you know are unhappily married in some capacity. Many women would like to leave their spouse if there was a way to make sure that their children are safe, make sure that it wouldn't put them in severe debt, and that they had a way to pay for their living. But for all those women that cannot leave for whatever reason.
Actually, women have more support from the government than men. So if you claim to be a single mom, you know, you can get housing. You can get approved for housing, subsidize the rent, child benefit. There's other shit too that you can get, you know, like grants for the daycare. So you can go to work while your kids are in daycare. Man, and see what I'm saying? Man, imagine if single men is gonna go and apply for housing and, you know, the grants and all that. He is in the bottom of the list because all the single moms are the top priority. And look at this. These people still bitching and complaining, man. I told you.
I have created a guide. It's almost 70 pages, 69 to be exact, and it will give you control back in your life in a very uncontrollable situation. It may feel like there's not a lot of things that you can control right now, and rightfully so, but this is one of them. You can still live for yourself. You can still have a meaningful life. You can still do meaningful things, and you can still have control of various aspects of your life. And I have worked really hard over the past 6 months on this. I've talked to lots of people. I've talked to lawyers, and other people among them to put this guide together to make it the most beneficial for women in these very circumstances.
So what I get is this, okay? She trying to destroy your marriage, trying to put these thoughts in your head so you can go and click on the link in her bio to get whatever she's selling. You see how evil these women, yo, these people are so evil. She is down to ruin your home that you built all these years so she can sell this one product. Wow, that's very selfish. That's very selfish. Next video. Fuck you,
So
Abby.
there's this trend on TikTok right now going around of women showing themselves.
Damn,
when it
speak up. The fuck is you mumbling about, man? Is your husband next door or some shit? Is he in the bathroom? You trying to like, yo, let me just make a quick video before he comes out of the shower. I can't hear you, man. What kind of phone do you have? iPhone 3?
Married and how they lost their glow, and then showing themselves like after the marriage when they left the man, got divorced or whatever, and how they immediately had a glow up. And I feel like I know the reason for this. Like I know why this happened. A lot of times in marriage, the woman becomes immediately immersed and wrapped up in a man. And a lot of these men out here, y'all, they can't even take care of themselves. They don't know how to cook. They barely cleaning. They barely bring any money to the table. Probably don't even know how to wash their own butt. So the woman takes on that.
I don't know what kind of man you talking about. Shit.
Man.
You need to speak up a little bit more, man. You look like your man is in the bathroom or some shit, and you're like, let me just, before I put this phone down and go to sleep, I'm just gonna get it off my chest, and then I'm gonna go back to cuddling my man as soon as he come out the shower.
As independent, basically. And she immerses herself into that man, completely loses herself, taking care of him, making sure he good, making sure they both good. All the while, the man flourishes because he got somebody taking care of him. He got somebody making sure he good. He got somebody making sure he make it to the doctor. He got somebody making sure the home is clean. He got somebody making sure he eat, making sure he got clothes to wear, etc. While the woman completely loses herself in that. And a lot of times you don't realize it until you leave, because while you're in it, you look at it as like, oh, I'm just being a wife. And God forbid that woman have kids that she has to take care of at the same time. So now not only do you have kids, but you got a grown dependent.
Listen, man, if you at home taking care of the kids in the house and the husband and you don't have to go to work, what's the problem? I understand if you doing 50-50 with your man, right? And then you gotta come home from work and then you gotta take care of the kids and you gotta, take care of everything else while the man just like chills. And even though both of you have to go to work for 8 hours every day and he don't do shit. Okay, I get it. I understand. Maybe that's the man she talking about, but shit. If you at home, you ain't gotta work, and everything is figured out, the bills are paid, everything else is figured out, what's the problem? Why would you even marry? Why would you even marry somebody if you didn't have that mentality, if that wasn't your goal? A lot of these women, right, they think, oh, after I get married, it's going to be so positive, I'm going to be a really happy woman. And then they realize they're not really happy. So they think marriage is going to change the miserable mindset that they have about life. And you can't put that type of pressure on a regular man's shoulder, And then on top of that, you think, oh, if I have kids, then it'll change for me. So the moral of the story is, no matter what you do, your mentality ain't changing. So just be single then. Don't get married, don't have kids, and be miserable by yourself instead of, you coming home from work and then you're ruining the energy of the house every day because you are just a miserable person.
And the reason the woman glows up once she leaves is because now she can take all that effort, energy, time that she was putting into that man and put it into herself. As a happily married woman, I want to say, don't ever lose yourself in no man. The only reason you see me looking like I'm looking right now.
So yo, she is happily married. I told you her husband is in the bathroom, man, taking a shower.
It's because it been raining, and best believe I got a hair appointment coming up. Now, I love being married and I love my husband, but at the end of the day, y'all,
I'm
love
not
me
happy.
too. And I love me so much more. A lot of times, the reason that y'all lose yourself and y'all lose y'all glow, y'all lose y'all spark is because you forget about you. Before you commit to somebody, make sure that that person can at least take care of themselves, can at least take care of you if something happened to you. Because a lot of y'all married to men that you can't even depend on to know that y'all would be good if something happened to you.
See, she's married happily, telling you that stay single. Next video.
You want to know how I really feel? Don't get mad. You're going to get mad. You want to know how I really feel?
Her face looks like she's sweating.
I feel like you shouldn't get married. And I know I've already said this, but whenever I go to give advice on all these horror stories that I see, whether it be with like Hailey Bieber or other people, or that trend that's going on right now where it's like, oh, but there used to be a time. I really wish women would stop getting married. And there's always a conversation that's being had around like SW and how like SW sets women back and how it feeds into the patriarchy. And just because a woman chooses to participate in it doesn't mean that it's not still harmful and doesn't mean that it's empowering. And that's a whole nother conversation.
I don't know why when I look at her, when I look at her face, I don't know why I'm thinking of a reptile. I don't know why.
But if we're
I just wanted to let it out.
going to say that about SW, I think this is my little opinion. That's probably going to make you mad, but I feel like the same can be said for marriage. Marriage is an antiquated idea that I believe oppresses women and unrefutably has a history and an origination in the oppression of women. So I feel like we're trying to continue to get something to work that is so flawed from its inception, and it's not going to work. Okay. I don't know what the answers are. It's not something that I personally consider because I wrote off getting married since I was a little girl. I put together the pieces of what marriage was and I was like, oh yeah, no, thank you. And it just hurts my heart.
You know what happened, man? Let me tell you. Ain't nobody want to marry her. So she's like, oh, why all these other people are getting married and nobody choosing me to get married? They date me and then they leave me. But how come this and this woman got married after they dated? What am I doing wrong? You know what? I'm gonna start telling these people don't get married. Because if I can't have it, you can't either.
Initially, my stance was like, some women, that's really what they want in their lives. I am more of a choice feminist in that way. I'm like, that's what they want. I want them to be able to have the freedom to make choices and to choose the kind of life they want. And that is what they want. So it's great. But then I see these videos of these young women who are buying into this fairy tale that I believe is it's a lie. A little bit, right? And that sounds really cynical, but it doesn't have to be cynical because life is beautiful and there's so many other things that you can want out of life. But
ain't nobody wanna marry you to look at that oily ass face every fucking day when you come home from work. Babe, what you been doing? Soaking your face in a bucket of oil? Fry pan? What's going on? You a weirdo. You know what? I'm leaving you.
I just feel like with the whole marriage thing, the odds are not stacked in your favor. And I think we need to kind of like dispel the idea a little bit and kind of rethink the way that we see marriage.
Look, ladies, if you guys are in a marriage and you are like not happy at all, I'm talking about like borderline suicidal miserable, okay? Then you should definitely leave your marriage because I don't know what's going on in your household. I don't know how he cheats you. I don't know what the situation is. But if you are borderline suicidal in a marriage, you should definitely leave. Ain't nobody can stop you from leaving. You can go get a lawyer. You can, you know what I mean? There's so much help, man. What do you call those things? Some type of aid, like, you know, where The lawyers are free. You know, man, you have so many opportunity. Okay, if you, especially you're a mom, and then you become a single mom, then you have all these doors of opportunity: subsidized housing, subsidized rent, subsidized daycare, man, food stamps. I mean, I don't know what's going on with food stamps now, but you know, all types of help from the government. Listen, man, everybody who telling you not to get married, or if you're in a marriage, leave. There's an agenda behind it. I don't know. Somebody trying to sell you some shit because she can't find a man to marry her, but she sees you with the husband and she don't like that, so she gonna fucking brainwash you. It's a savage world, man. And some women are telling you to leave your marriage. They're telling you as they are in a marriage, happily married with their men. That's crazy, man. Some of this shit, man, I believe, and I gotta hear this shit twice because it don't make no sense. But yeah, man, that's my take on this video, alright? What do you guys think, man? Leave it in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys, what you guys gotta say. Agree with me, don't agree with me, I don't care, man. Just drop in the comment section. I'm out, man. Peace.